Hello there. Today we're going to be looking at how to attract financial abundance by aligning yourself with that financial frequency, that financial connection that will get you to where you want. Just put in today's title. Okay, that's done. So how do we align ourselves in order to attract financial abundance? When you decide where your attention is, that's where you decide what you will attract in your life, because where you place your attention is that where your energy goes. So you need to be able to place your attention here on attracting financial abundance. Attract means to pull in. When you're pulling in something, when you're attracting it, when you're pulling in that financial abundance, so you need to be able to take actions to pull towards you the financial abundance which you need. And the word attention, according to Wikipedia, is the actions of dealing with or taking special care of something or someone. So when you put in your attention, you have to put your focus. So when to put your attention, you put your focus. And where you put your energy in itself is a connection which you have. The connection which you have with the thing or the person, that's where the energy comes in. And energy is everything. Energy is everywhere. So where is your attention going at the moment? Ask yourself, where am I placing my attention when it comes to attracting financial abundance? Where am I placing it? Are you placing it in the right place? Are you placing it around doing activities which will enhance your connection with your financial abundance? Or are you just, putting your attention on things which are not serving you? For example, are you just sitting around watching telly in your home, gossiping on the phone, strolling through social media? That's where a lot of people put their attention, but at the same time they expect to achieve their goals, attract what they should have in their lives, like the financial abundance which they have. They should attract it. Maybe you do have it's not a maybe. We all have what it takes to achieve our goals, but our attention need to be able to focus long enough in order to achieve the goal of which we want. And when it comes to the financial attraction, you need to be able to focus your mind as well as taking actions towards your financial growth, towards attracting your financial growth. So whatever you're doing with yourself right now, be it your focus is on colleagues at work, because a lot of people, they go home, they gossip a lot about colleagues at work. A lot of people, they stroll on the internet, they see what other entrepreneurs are doing, and that's where their attention is. And this is where that energy goes into, okay, I want to do this and I want to get to that stage, but they do little or nothing to get to that stage. They criticize what other people are doing, but at the same time they're not doing anything to get to where their mind is desired. I gotta say that's their mind, because it's a thought. If you don't actually put in the work, take the action to attract what you want, then it won't start happening at all. So this is where I'm saying here for you to align yourself, get into that place where your mindset become more driven, more focused towards that financial abundance which you want to attract. And it's for you to decide what are the actions that I need to take. I can't tell you what actions you need to take because I'm not clear with what your intentions are. If you are clear with your intention and you relate those intentions to be to myself or anyone else, there's a possibility we might be able to say, okay, take this action or that action. But until you decide what is it you want, and decide what action you need to take and what you need to do about it, then you won't be able to start aligning yourself, because you have to start with what you want. Yes, you are claiming you want to align yourself with financial energy, abundance energy, in order to attract your finances. But you have to decide how you're going to do that. How am I going to do that? What are the things that I need to do? You don't need to know how the money will come, how the financial will come. You just need to decide what are the actions you need to take. And that will help you to align yourself to a level where you can start taking more proactive step, more positive step, more steps that will give you, will get you closer to where you want to be. So in moving forward with you, in aligning yourself, you have to place your attention where your energy needs to be in order for you to achieve those goals which you want, in order for you to attract the right clients in your business, in order for you to attract the right partner, the right friendship, the right support. You have to be able to align your energy in order to attract the right people to support your abundance growth. And I said to support your abundance growth because it's not something that you can do on your own. If you have a business, you need clients. If you're starting from scratch, you need mentors. You need information. So growth is something which extends to not just you, but to the inclusion of other people around you. And those are the things which you also need to attract in your life. When your energy becomes in line, you will start attracting the right people, the right circumstances, the right opportunity in order for the financial wealth of which you desire it to come. So it's not something that you can just close your energy down and meditate about it or visualize about it and everything will fall into place. Yes, those things plays an aspect of getting you to get your energy aligned, but you have to align yourself alongside other people or other resources that will help you to get to where you want to go. Okay? And it's not always going to be something which is straightforward or something which you understand. Sometimes you will receive bite-sized of things. Sometimes it could be a post you see on someone's, page, which ignites your energy, ignites your mind, that says, okay, I need to be doing that. I need to be doing this, or I need to stop doing A and start doing B. So different bite-sized things will come into your life, but you have to be able to notice them in order for them to be seen as helping you to align yourself. So it's not going to be any one particular thing. It will be several things. But when your energy is focused, then you'll start seeing. If you're not focused, then you'll be blind to what comes around you. It's like someone will be waiting on a particular thing to happen, but they expect it to happen in such a particular way that even when they're getting the help that they need, when it's been placed right in front of them, they say, well, then this is not what I need, because they have one, focus energy on, this is what I need to help me. Sometimes you don't know what you need to help you to align your energy. It's going to be several things, but you need to be able to be so open to receive and so conscious of what your desires are that you identify when you see that evidence. So start opening your eyes to pick up bite size of evidence to say, okay, I am aligning myself with the energy and the frequency of abundance in order to attract the finances which I need in my life. When you have distraction of, people are watching hours and hours and hours worth of Netflix, you're not aligning your energy with anything. All you're doing here is wasting your time. Those people on Netflix, they've aligned their energy. This is why they're able to put out films so that people can enjoy themselves. And I'm not saying for you not to enjoy life. And if part of watching Netflix and stuff like that is you enjoying life, then by all means. But make sure that you're actually creating a balance with what you're doing, not binging 3, 4, 5 hours and then getting on the phone another 3, 4, 5 hours. That doesn't align your energy. Then getting on even Facebook or Twitter, whichever one of the social media is your preference, and then you're scrolling, and you're not sure what you're looking for. Maybe you're not looking for anything because your attention is not placed anywhere in particular. you're a jumper, you're jumping from one thing to the other, you're scattered. And if you have a scattered energy, then you can't really attract anything. When you're scattered everywhere, you can't attract anything. And what you're trying to attract is the frequency of abundance. That alignment which will get you to where you want. So if your energy is scattered, you have to remove yourself away from that scattered energy and start pulling yourself together, start pulling your thoughts together, start making lists and actually, following through with what you want to do. Start journaling what you want in your life, in your financial life. Journaling, I journal every day, and it helps me to keep my own energy aligned and focus as to what my goals and my desires are. Well, I wouldn't say goals, because I really don't see things as having a goal anymore. I see it as I'm attracting what I want, because that's my intention. My intention is I know what I want is there, so I'm attracting it and pulling it in. Goals is when you are working towards something and you're using A, B, C, and D. You have these specific things which you know you'll use to achieve this goal. For me, I don't have specific things. I open my eyes and I see evidence of what is supporting me in achieving what I want. But when you have a goal, a lot of people will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that. And then you get to your goal. I create intentions. I journal my intentions. For me, having an intention means it's already happened. It's done. It's there. So this is where, when your energy is fully aligned, when you're knowing to what you want, knowing to the fact that it's already there, it's just for your energy to cultivate it and bring it into your own reality, to manifest it. That's where you are on a path of readiness to receive. But going back to you attracting and aligning your energy, you have to remember where your attention goes is where your energy will go. So as long as you placing your energy in the right place with good intentions, because your intention is very, very important in attracting what you want. And I say this because a lot of people verbally vocalize something, but their real intention is not what they're voicing. So you have to make sure that those two things are aligned in order to attract the financial abundance what you want. It's very, very crucial. And that one goes back to your belief. Don't just say, okay, I want this, or I'm going to get this, or this is going to happen for me. You're saying it, but you don't believe it. Or you're saying something which is, abundant speaking, but your energy is saying fear. Your energy is saying, okay, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I'm worthy of this. So you have to align your thoughts with your actions. Align your thoughts with your actions. That's another crucial part of attracting continual financial abundance. When you align your thoughts with your action, that knowingness that even if someone is saying, what you're doing, it doesn't seem feasible to work. As long as your energy understands what you're doing and believe in what you're doing, then it's for you to continue what you're doing. The world doesn't need to understand everything that you're doing. You need to understand, and sometimes you don't even fully need to understand, but you need to believe that what you're doing is the right pathway that you're on. And the more you continue on the pathway which you believe is the right pathway, that's where you'll start seeing evidence coming to you that you are attracting. Your finances start changing. Your client flow start changing. Everything around you start changing. You start changing from the people who you used to waste time with. The person who you used to sit around and give them positive encouragement but nothing happened. You stop wasting your time on that. You start giving your own self positive encouragement. Because what happens sometimes here is that another person needs to see what you're saying to them work in your life more, 10 times, 10x whatever you're saying to another person in your life. For them to be fully able to to understand or to say, okay, you know what, that does work, because I can see he or she is 10xing that same advice in their life. Because this is where you'll find others will give advice to others, but they don't actually apply the same advice to themselves. So if that's what you're doing, you're misaligning yourself. You're misaligning yourself from where you should be. Yes, you're trying to help someone. It's good intentions, but the actions of which you're taking for yourself doesn't balance the intention. And it's the same when it comes to attracting your finances. You have to be able to balance what you're saying with the actions which you're doing in order to attract more of what you want in your life, more of the financial abundance which you want in your life, and doing it in a positive way for the good of all. Not taking actions which is going to harm or hurt somebody else. So it's all about positive actions. And aligning yourself means also, if you have got negative experience with your finances, you have to put those experiences in the past. You have to let go. You have to release those negative experiences around your finances to the past. You cannot bring something old into new and try to sort of combine both to get something better. No, you have to let go of the old experiences which you have, to create new experiences, which is going to align yourself. And those experiences, even if they haven't presented themselves yet, you can start seeing those experiences in your mind, seeing what you're doing working out for you, not having that fearful energy of what happened in the past, because some people live in the past and they don't realize that the past only exists in their mind. It doesn't exist anywhere else, and it doesn't count for anything anymore apart from the perception or the emotion of which they apply to that past. And the emotion which they're applying to that past is one of lack, one of fear. To be fearful is to have lack. You lack the consciousness of knowing that you will grow from this situation. And people run away from lack. They do. Because it's like lack is contagious. A lot of people, if they're lacking something, they will try to convince you that their lack is for this reason or that reason. So if you're living in a past experience where your finances have gone really wrong, you have to let go of that in order to align yourself with new energy to attract the financial abundance around you that you desire and that you deserve. So you have to start letting go of the past. Take that picture out of your mind and just focus on the present and create your future. Because the present is all you have. The moment I'm talking to you now is a moment I have. My actions are creating my future. And my actions now is aligning me with my future. So this is where you have to take action now to align yourself with your future financial abundance, your future. The present is the only thing that you are in control of, but your action helps to manifest what is brought to your future. And the future is always a day away, a moment away. It means whatever action you take today could always potentially change your future. So there's nothing that you can't change. As long as you're alive, and as long as you've got breath in your body, you can always change your future finances by the actions which you take in the present. So have that as food for thought. And what I'd like you to do as well is to take some action by writing down your negative experiences with money. Those experiences where you might have invested and no returns, those experiences where you might have bought a car and you couldn't finish paying for it and it was repo. Those experiences where you might not be able to pay your mortgage, or you might not be able to pay your rent, you might not be able to pay your children's school fee, you might not even be able to buy the level of shopping which you want. You might not be able to treat your kids to a good birthday. You might not be able to treat your partner to, a surprise birthday. Whichever the experience is which you have with money, which says, okay, I see this as negative in my life. and I need to let go of those negative. The reason for this is you need to see some of those things which has got meaning to you, strong meaning to you, and release them. Release them. Say to yourself when you write these things down and you look at it and you read it a few times, say, this will never happen to me again, because I am realigning myself with the energy of abundance, and I'm taking the actions that will connect me more with the energy of abundance which I deserve and desire. I'm taking the action which will bring to me the people, the resources, whatever I need in order to align myself with the energy of abundance and continue aligning and attracting and manifesting the finances I need in my life in order to allow none of these things which has happened in the past to repeat itself in my future. And when you finish doing that, you need to either rip the paper up, burn it, but you need to destroy it. You are releasing those negative experiences from your life. And if you've never done any form of release before, this might sound, does it work? Yes, it does work, because you are bringing to the surface a lot of your subconscious blocks. A lot of the things which has been blocking you from realigning yourself with financial abundance. You're saying, I'm removing these from me right now because these are my experiences which I don't want to have anymore. These are my experiences which I'm letting go. But also these are my experiences because of the mindset which I had. And with you changing your mindset, changing your belief, you are now aligning yourself to create and attract more financial abundance in your life, to pull towards you what is already yours. It's there, but you need to rope it in. You need to reel that in to you. You need to be able to harvest it. We're all born for financial abundance, but if we don't know how to harvest it, we won't have that abundance. It's like someone having, a pantry full of food, but they can't cook. So for days they're hungry, they can't cook. So you need to be able to prepare yourself to receive. And a part of that is aligning yourself with the frequency abundance. And to do that, you have to let go of negative thoughts, let go of negative experiences, let go of scattered energy, by aligning your energy and your attention to where you're supposed to be. So if you have a business and that business is not doing very well and you want to align yourself with financial abundance using that business itself, you have to really take a look at yourself and see whether or not, am I in the right business? And by that I mean, do you enjoy what you're doing? Is it something that you can see yourself doing for the rest of your life? And if it's not, then you need to start realigning your energy. You need to start looking at yourself. What is it I really enjoy to do? And what is it about this business that I might need to change? Because you might enjoy what you're doing, your job, your business, but it's not set in the right way for you to actually pull in that frequency abundance, for you to attract more in order to expand. So at times we have to look at the physical which is around us and change that. I hope you're getting, some clarity on what you need to do in order to get to where you want to be with your finances, because it's all about taking action. You have to make up your mind to change from where you are, to change your attention and place your attention on yourself and on your finances. And to place your attention on yourself, it's not a selfish thing to do. It's a noble thing to do, because if you're not centered on you and centered enough to grow you, how can you grow anyone else? How can you give when you yourself is not completely full? So when I said to center yourself on yourself, some people might feel it's a selfish thing to do. No, it's not a selfish thing to do. You have to allow your cup to be filled for you to fill somebody else's cup. If your cup is half empty, you won't have enough energy to give. You won't have enough focus to give. You won't feel happy in your own self in order to support others in doing other things in their lives, be it their finances or anything else. So when you're focusing on you right now to create the right frequency, the right alignment with you, it might mean you have to stop talking to quite a few people. Stop going to some places that you normally go. And some people might feel, well, then yes, you've changed. Yes, you are supposed to change. To align yourself with the energy of abundance, you have to change from who you are today. You have to create a new energy within you to attract the right thing. If you don't change the energy which you have, then you'll still be attracting and doing the same thing. So becoming centered on yourself is not a selfish thing to do. Don't think too hard about it. If we think too hard about it, you're going to come up with all these different reasons of who's going to be upset. Sometimes you have to step away from who's going to be upset and just focus on the reason why you're doing things. Because sometimes it's you in your mind who's saying other people's going to upset. Yes, they will notice that you've changed, you're doing things differently, and they might wonder why. But it's not every situation means others are going to be upset that you're not doing things as you used to with them. Sometimes that person themselves needed the space to work on their own self. So you could be doing somebody else a favor by saying, okay, I'm focusing on me. Focus on yourself to allow others to focus on themselves. So aligning your energy could also allow another person to align their energy by actually just saying, okay, I'm not going to call Tom at 8:30 this morning, or I'm not going to start messaging this person at whatever time, or I'm not going around after I come from work, at 6 o'clock in the evening. I'm actually going to go to my house and do X, Y, Z for myself. Yes, and that's stepping away from habits which you've created, which has taken up your time, but is not serving you. It's not serving you at all. So you have to move away from anything and everything which is not serving you and align your energy. Another aspect of which I've used to align my energy is just connecting with spirit, connecting with the divine energy of God. I pray a lot. The first thing I do in the morning when I get up is I have to give thanks for waking up in the morning. Give thanks for my children's life, my life. That's aligning yourself with abundance. Giving thanks, showing gratitude is aligning yourself with abundance. So showing gratitude for what you have right now in your life is a very, very important aspect of aligning yourself with the energy of abundance, because you're saying you are grateful for your life. You're grateful for what you have in your life to use, to see. You're grateful for breath. You're grateful for whatever money you have in the bank. You're grateful for friendship. You're grateful for another day. The food you eat, the roof over your head, the car you drive, good people around you. Be grateful for what you have now, because that's one of the key, and I can't stress enough, that's one of the key aspects of aligning yourself with abundance. Accepting and feeling happy about what you have now. Being grateful for what you have now, but not satisfied with what you have now. And there's nothing wrong with wanting more in life. Life is about growth. The moment we are conceived, our entire life is about growing. And if you're satisfied with what you have now, then there's no need for you to align yourself, because aligning yourself means you are growing. And to give gratitude for what you have and to desire more is growth. mental growth and physical growth, aligning yourself with the frequency of abundance in order to attract financial abundance. And I said the frequency of abundance because everything is energy. And abundance is all around us. We have abundance in so many ways, not just financial abundance. But today we're talking about financial abundance. So be grateful for the money you have right now. Be grateful for the job that you have right now. Even if it's a job which you don't like or particularly enjoy, be grateful for it because it's providing for you and your family in the way in which you choose. And I said in the way in which you choose because whatever you receive in your life is down to your action which you take. So if you're receiving $2.5 grand a month from your job and that's not enough, it's for you to change that. It's not for your employer to change that. It's for you to change that. So be grateful for what you are receiving in your life and be grateful for what is to come in your life. Yes, that's a part of aligning yourself, but that's a part of saying, okay, I am knowing to receiving more in my life. And that's when you are at a higher level of alignment, you know that it's there. So show gratitude for what you have now and show gratitude for what is to come in your life. And yes, I know those things are not easy for some people to do because when you've created certain habits year in, year out, this is where you now have to start changing those habits in order to get your energy aligned with what you want. You have to create that change. You have to create that pathway of change. And one of the easiest way to start doing that is stop doing some of the things which doesn't serve you. Start showing gratitude. Start opening up your energy to the divine. Start letting the energy of the divine know that you are grateful for what is here and not just pining away for something more and doing nothing to get it, but being grateful. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. I cannot stress enough gratitude. Be even grateful for people who have hurt you in your life. Yes, be grateful for them. Because when you've experienced negative things in your life, yes, you might be hurt, or yes, you will be hurt, but it's an experience. It's an experience which, no matter how dark that cloud is, you will find something of positive light in it. So be grateful for those people as well, because they help to shape you. They help to make you stronger. They help to make you push forward. And if you are a person who haven't seen it as something which you can use to align yourself with financial abundance, then you need to reflect for a moment and see what happened in the situation. How can I use the situation to become stronger in myself? And what part did I play in that situation? Because a lot of time, you know everyone, some people like to say wolf, 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 or play the victim. No, you can't play the victim. Victims don't grow. And this is why you have to take away something from that hurtful past experience that is good for you. When you take away something from that hurtful past experience, it means you're not seeing yourself a victim of that situation. It's a negative experience, it's a bad experience, but you're not a victim. Victims are people who dwell on what has happened to them in their past. Everyone they meet, they have to tell their story. But the story never involves them, you could say taking responsibility for any of what. Not being a victim also means you're taking some responsibility for the situation which has happened. Even if you didn't realize that you played a part, you played a part because you made whatever decision which was made. You made it. Even if it was a situation where you were to say, okay, I made a bad investment. You made a bad investment possibly because, yes, you got taken in by the headlines, you got taken in by the conversation which was held around the business, the potential which was shown to you. But the part which you played here was you didn't investigate. You didn't do your research into that business. You went straight ahead and you invested. Yes, you invested based on the information given, but it was still your responsibility to look into the actual opportunity before you invested. Even if someone say, okay, you only have until tomorrow, well, still say, well, then you know what, I'll look into it today. And if today come and you didn't look into it, then and you still invest, then you did play a part. You did play a part by not actually showing due diligence before you made that investment. The same goes for any other financial situation where people sometimes lose money. You lose money because you made that decision to invest that money without due diligence, without fully understanding what you were investing in, without fully understanding how you're going to get your money back. So you need to put those things aside and not see yourself as victim, but start realigning your energy with a knowingness that, well, then yes, I'm going to take the right actions. The right action, which means, okay, if it means I spend time seeking out new information before I start this project, before I invest with this coach, before I do anything at all, that is what I will do. But I'll put aside what has happened in my past financial life as an experience, and I'll learn from it. I'll take away something good for it. I will not carry myself as a victim. The victim mode energy does not align you with financial frequency. The victor energy, meaning I am victorious regardless of whatever has happened to me in the past. I am victorious today, tomorrow, the next day. You need to claim in your own mind the energy of the victorious person, the person who was won. I'm winning at what I'm doing. Ignore the past. Ignore the past by saying, okay, it's an experience. We can't forget the past. Or we can ignore it, or we can mind flip it by saying this is a reason A, B, C, and D. But what your intention is to always ensure that whatever bad experience you have with money, that you take away something from it, and whatever you're taking away is something which you are acting on in order to get you to that victory mode in your mind and in the physical world. So I'm not just saying to think victorious, oh yes, I won, because now I know not to do this, and now I know not to do that. It's great not to know. It's great to know what not to do, but it's also great to do what we need to do. And doing what we need to do is a vital part of getting you what you want when it comes to your financial abundance, because we have to take some inspired action in order to gain the financial benefits and gain the finances that will come into your account, gain that 6-figure income, gain that 7-figure income. So you have to take some actions. So you have to align yourself, then you take the action. Aligning yourself sometimes can be quite difficult for someone, especially if they are not clear in how to do it. Yes, I'm giving a lot of information here, but some people might be saying, okay, but how do I do this? How do I do that? If you're unsure how to do things, then this is where you need to get yourself connected with, be it as a one-to-one coach, or get yourself into a coach program which will show you the strategies which you need to use to get yourself aligned. Everything has got a strategy. And to align yourself with financial abundance and financial frequency, you need to, have particular steps which you take at a particular time. It's not going to be scattered, that you do this, you do that, you do everything. No, everything has to be strategically done in order to align yourself. Below this video as well, you will see a link to one of my subscriptions, which there's a vault of information in regards to how you yourself can get aligned with the financial frequency that you need. I'm also putting out a new program that's going to be launched on the 17th of March, which will give all the information which you need, from how to realign your belief, how to realign your financial frequency, how to get to that place where abundance, attraction comes easy, it comes naturally. So if you're interested, you can first start with just connecting with the information which is in my vault. The link is below this video. But getting back to getting yourself to that place of alignment where you are not seeing yourself as a victim of the past, but you're focusing now on your strength. You're creating new strategy of strength. You're connecting with your stronger emotional side, not that emotional side that says, I'm a victim. And you will then start notice the right changes in your life happening. Things will happen almost like magic. Because when you are aligned with the frequency of abundance, abundance will come to you in several ways. You might start, seeing people offering you things, financial things, or offering to do things for you which will cost you, but they're not charging you. So it will come to you in so many different ways. It's not just about it coming into your bank account or into your business. You might go to buy something and someone say, okay, I'll sell it to you at half price. You're still saving. So it's not one particular way that it will come. It will come in a multitude of ways. So when your energy becomes aligned with financial abundance, in order to attract the right energy in your life, it's a feeling that, well, it's like a dove energy. I call it a dove energy. You feel free like a dove, just flying off into your financial growth path, knowing that if I need money for A, B, or C, it will come, it will show up somewhere along the line. Be it show up in my business, it shows up from somebody else, but you know that it will come. It's a knowingness. It's a knowingness like no other. Because you are aligned. You're aligned with the divine creator. You're aligned with the things that says, okay, this is a positive pathway that you're on, and only positive things will happen in your life. You're showing up and you're taking the actions. You don't feel mentally exhausted. You don't feel drained. You don't feel uncertain. Yes, you might feel uncomfortable at first. And it's good to feel uncomfortable, because if you're doing something for the first time and you feel comfortable doing it, it means there is still work for you to be done, because you're not actually exposing yourself enough. You have to go through that uncomfortable stage before you get to that new person. It's like an artist, but I can say that because I draw, I paint. That's my relaxed mode. I love to create in different ways. So I can say, from a perspective of an artist, you have this blank canvas, and when you start putting your energy into it, you might not see exactly, well, you see how it will come out, but no one else sees it. But when you see it surface on that canvas, meaning your financial abundance start falling into place, that knowingness of, okay, I've done this once, I can do it again and again and again and again and again, because you are getting more and more aligned with the frequency of abundance. You're getting more and more aligned with yourself. You're trusting yourself more. So just let go, easily let go of what is not working for you. And I said easily let go. Don't overthink the situation as to whether or not this is the right thing for me or not. What can give you the clarity of it's the right thing is that where you are right now, whatever you're doing or not doing, you're not receiving what you want. And the fact that you're not receiving what you want, it means you have to change something. You have to let go of something. And letting go of what sometimes when it doesn't serve an individual, they find it hard to let go, because, as I say, it's familiarity. What you're familiar with, you feel, okay, you know what, it will get better tomorrow, or it's not that bad. It's not that word, that bad. I mean, it is bad. Not that bad, it's bad. What you want to be at is a stage of goodness, of grace at all time. Pushing that energy of grace, feeling that energy of grace. You don't want to have any in-between energy. You want clarity. clarity of good feeling, clarity of knowingness, clarity of aligning yourself. And those alignment is what will make those new brainwaves of creation. And brainwaves is just like me, you, it's energy, and it attracts. So when you start thinking differently, doing things differently, this is where you'll start pulling people from the quantum world, pulling things from that quantum energy into your now life, because your energy is aligning with that frequency abundance. It's not something which you have to think and rethink and rethink and rethink. No, you will start reflecting abundance, because your brain, your mind, everything around you will say, okay, I am reflecting abundance in my thoughts. I'm reflecting abundance in the way I live. I'm reflecting abundance in the way my children live. I'm reflecting abundance in the way in which I present my home, present myself. Those are also the place which you will reflect your abundant alignment energy. So it's not just it's going to be reflected in your financial abundance. That financial abundance will put you in a place where you can enhance yourself, enhance your family, enhance things around you, which will means when you're enhancing, you will start reflecting that abundance energy. And that abundance energy is energy of wealth, is energy of goodness. This is where you're supposed to be. This is where you are born to be, living that abundant life, attracting that abundant life. We all have that energy when, it was like before the age of 4. From after the age of 4, this is where we start thinking scarcity, because by then the life or the world around us has changed our energy so much that we start reflecting whatever is shown to us. And if you are in a home environment where there's scarcity or an impression of scarcity, because sometimes you might be born into a family which is quite wealthy, have financial, abundance, but is not given to you. It's not given it to you because whatever reason it's not shown to you. So you grow up thinking, okay, there's not enough of this, there's not enough of this, whereby there is more than enough, but it's how things have been shown to you. Not every parent is open with their financial, output or input when it comes to their children. Not everyone shows it on their children, which allow them to live abundantly. So that sense of misalignment which you have is something which is coming from your childhood, that misalignment. And this is where you need to realign yourself in order to live the life that you were born to live, in order to create what you want for yourself and create generational wealth as well. Generational wealth, and I say that not just a financial wealth, but a wealthy mind, because what you learn right now, if you've got children, this is where you need to pass on that information. Find a way to pass on that information. I know it's not easy to pass on new things to children, especially if you have teenagers, but you have to find a way to pass on that information to ensure as well that your children don't come and have the same struggle as you do. Because some parents, they know a lot of things which they know their children should know, but they don't align themselves in a way which they're then easy to pass on that information to their children. I would never want my child to, or any of my children, because I can't say child, I've got 4 boys, to have any financial difficulties because I refrain from giving them the information which they need in order to align themselves with financial frequency. I've got certain affirmations which I say on a daily basis, be it I'm in my car, be it I'm sitting in my studio doing stuff, or sometimes even when I'm preparing a meal, I've got certain affirmations on. And my 3rd son, there's an affirmation which he knows it by heart. He knows it by heart. As soon as it starts going on, he will start saying it, and he'll put a smile on his face and he'll say, "Yes, Mom, I know them all. I know them all. You play them every day, or you love to play this one." Because I use those things to keep my energy aligned with the energy and frequency of abundance. So below this video as well, you'll find at least 3 of my favorites affirmations which I say and use on a daily basis in order to attract and to keep attracting the energy and the frequency of abundance in my own life. Our energy gets polluted every day when we mix with other people, when we go out. And for some people who listen to the news, your energy gets polluted by even listening to the news. I don't listen to the news. I haven't done so in over 11 years. Because that sort of negative energy, which I feel is negative coming from listening to the news, it misaligns my financial energy. It misaligns my financial energy. It misaligns my abundant energy. And whatever is going on in the news is nothing that I can change. What I can change is what's happening in my life. And this is one of my reasons for not listening to the news. Plus, everything you listen or hear on broadcast is over exaggerated. It might have 1% of the truth, but the rest of it is over exaggerated, and things that you might need to know, you won't find it on the news. You go on YouTube and you search certain things, and you'll find the real information there sometimes. I'm not saying everything on YouTube is the truth, but to keep your energy aligned with financial frequency, you have to let go of stuff like watching the news, because it's depressing. Imagine getting up in the morning, you meditate, you do whatever morning ritual you have to do, and then you turn on the news. What will be the point of you doing everything that you've just done to align your energy of positive frequency to start your day, but then only to have, like this big splatter of mud thrown into your energy, your clean, beautiful, well-aligned energy, by just switching on the telly or turning on the radio and listening to the news, all that bad stuff. So I don't start my day in that way. And I wouldn't advise anyone to start their day in that way, but how you or anyone start their day is entirely down to you. All I'm saying here is that those sort of information which come on the news, they're not pleasant. So it doesn't keep your energy aligned with the frequency that you need in order to attract financial abundance in your life. Because around the world right now, there's a lot of AKA financial crisis. People can grow in any situation. You just have to be aligned. And alignment means where you place your attention. So if you listen to the news and you hear lack and you hear horrible stuff, you are placing your attention in a place which you won't create. You won't attract the financial frequency and financial abundance which you want in order for you to be able to be focused, keep focused, and grow your financial abundance. So next time, if you're a person who watches the news all the time, next time when you go to turn the news on, think twice. Do you listen to this negative that is happening here? Or do you keep your energy focused and cleansed and put your attention in a place where you can actually make a difference? And that's making a difference in your life and in your own finances and in the finances and future of your family. So keep your energy aligned with financial abundance in so many ways. As I said before earlier on, that you won't see any one thing that is to say, okay, this is what is distracting me, or that is what is distracting me. It will be several things which will distract your energy from being aligned with financial abundance, and you will absorb those things over time. So it's also over time that you will see what you need to let go of. Things, people, situation, habits, you'll get them in bite size. You'll see that evidence that, okay, this doesn't serve me. How do I feel when I do this? What are my thoughts when I'm doing this particular thing? If it doesn't make you feel good in the sense of, okay, you know what? It's helping me to achieve what I want to achieve. It's pushing me forward. It's changing my mindset from a negative to a positive. If it's not doing that for you, then you need to let go of it. I'm not saying you can't have healthy debates to understand what another person's perspective is on things, but if it doesn't serve you, if you're not gaining from it in order to pursue and to increase your financial, input, then you have to rethink your connection with that, because some things we can't just let go, but we have to reevaluate how we deal with that situation. So keeping yourself aligned with the energy that attracts financial abundance. It is so crucial because that energy is affected by so many different aspects of things. So many different aspects of things. And you have to be really open and honest with yourself in order for you to get that change with yourself. You know, some people, they're very selective with what they will stop doing. Oh, I'll stop doing this, I'll stop doing that. Because they're trying to eliminate some of the things which they wanted to eliminate prior, but not the things which are really blocking their alignment. And what happened is that they will go back into the same pattern. They'll go back into the same pattern. They will revert. They might try to align themselves for a week or two. And I say a week or two because I can say I've seen people align for a week or two and they will attract certain things, but then they go back in the same pattern. They become too confident too quickly. If we're changing habits, change of habits in most cases take up to 90 days, 3 months at least, for any habit to change. And it will change 3 months at least if you are consistent. I mean, daily daily taking action to create new brainwaves to remove that negative habit. And for some, it takes more than 90 days. For some people, it takes years. Because depending on what the habit is, it takes a while to change. For some, they might have gambling habits. To realign your energy to financial frequency and remove negative financial frequency from yourself, that will take more than 3 months. So if you're a person who, got gambling habits, or if another person who's got what I like to call it shiny object habits, whereby you just go spending, you need to realign your financial energy frequency. You need to stop spending on useless things or the next best things. And that can happen in any aspect of a person's life. For example, you do have people who jump from course to course to course, different mentors, different coaches, but never finishing any particular course, never moving, never growing, because the financial energy is not in alignment. They're carrying habits of the shiny object syndrome, which means they are moving from one thing to another, to another, to another. They cannot stay in one place long enough to attract what they want. The energy is scattered. And there could be more to why they do those things, but I'm not here this morning to discuss the psychology of things. I will do that in another video possibly. But alignment takes a lot of inner self-work. You have to work on your inner self. You have to be honest, open and honest, in order to change those things that you're doing. I'm not telling you to take away pleasure from your life, because if you're not living in a pleasurable way, then you need to realign that aspect of abundance in yourself. So I'm not saying to remove everything that you enjoy doing or give you pleasure or make you relax. But you need to align yourself by becoming really, really consciously open with yourself and start learning new things in your life to align yourself and keep yourself aligned. Start connecting with new people. Start releasing negative energy which is unconsciously there. Start changing your belief around money to keep yourself aligned. So there's a numerous amount of things which you will need to do in order to keep yourself aligned. And as I said, I've got a vault of information below this video. Feel free to connect and start realigning your energy of abundance. And with this, I will close this morning's session. And do remember to do that homework to see what it is which is scattering your energy, and start realigning those things. And also looking to see, okay, what are your experiences with money which has caused you to misalign or mistrust that aspect of you growing, connecting with the right frequency of abundance. And with this, I will leave you now. love and light, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.